Hi everyone and welcome to the Dove's Nest. In today's video, I'm cleaning out the dark and scary storage closet. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Morgan Dove. I'm a self-proclaimed hot mess mom and I'm currently on a journey to declutter my house. I gave myself 2 weeks and every day in that 2 weeks I'm picking one spot in my home where I can dive in and deeply declutter and purge the mess in my house because I'm tired of just being surrounded by stuff. Anyone else surrounded by stuff? If you're interested in seeing the different places in my home that I've already decluttered, I will be sure to link the playlist up here. But today I want to talk about the laundry room closet. Our house is a really good size, and it was built in the 70s, back when they realized the value of good closet space. You may have noticed that the last couple of days I've just been decluttering closets. Closets left and right, closets everywhere. Today I've got another closet. This closet is actually in our laundry room. It's sort of a utility closet. It's where our heater is stored as well as our hot water heater, the electrical panel to our house. All of that stuff is kind of stored down there. Now the previous owners did some kind of funky build out where there's like a half wall ledge thing. And then we ended up sticking shelves up on top of there. When our home flooded last spring, I will link a video talking all about that right here, we just started shoving stuff in the closet. It sort of became like it should go in my office, but there's not really room in my office, so we'll put it in that closet. It became our kids have outgrown the baby toys, but I think we might want to have another baby someday, so we'll put all the baby stuff in that closet. And then this year it started to hold Christmas stuff, and then there's like boxes of things that I don't even know what's in those boxes. So my goal today is not only to declutter that closet, but I'm hoping I can completely clean it out. Now here's the thing. As I mentioned, I don't really know what's in most of those boxes, number one. We do have baby number 3 on the way, so I want to keep some of that baby stuff, but I know that we don't need all of those baby toys. And the third thing is, I really want to get started with emergency preparedness. Now, I'm by no means a prepper. However, we do have closet space to store some food items long term, and this closet is sort of the ideal spot in our home to do that. One of the walls is underground. It's away from north and south facing walls, relatively dry in there, and it stays cold all year. Even in the winter when we've got the heat going in the rest of our house, that closet stays cold. So I figured if we're going to do some kind of long-term food storage something or other, that would be a great place to do that. In the last couple of years, we've had a lot of natural disasters and medical outbreaks, and you've seen people panic. And then all of a sudden, all of the items at all of the stores go missing, right? There's no toilet paper, there's no water, there's nothing. And so I just feel it's really important to have a basic stockpile of items so that in case of emergency, I know that my family has some things where we could get by for a while should we need to. So that's my goal with this closet. It's a big project. I may not be able to do all of it, but that's my goal, is to just get rid of everything, find a new place for it somewhere else in our home, and if I can't find a place for it, we are getting rid of it. So if you want to watch me declutter the very last closet in our home, be sure to stay tuned. Okay, so this is the closet. It's really dark in here. Aside from this lamp that the previous owners left, you can see there's no light. And this is everything that's in it. We don't use this closet a whole lot. It's got lots of baby toys. It's got some of my old Tot School files and supplies. I don't even know what else is in here, but it's a big mess. So my goal today, as I mentioned, is to completely clear it out. Now I have gotten behind on filming this 2-week declutter, and so now we are currently in the middle of, a global pandemic. However, before all of that started, one of my big goals for 2020 was to really get going on our long-term food storage. And so that's why I wanted to clear out this closet. I want to add a couple of shelves. Originally, I wanted to knock out that half wall in the back and put full shelves back there. However, there's like heating and air conditioning vents that run through there. So we're not able to do that. But I can add 3 more shelves in this closet if there's nothing else in it. So I wanted to do that for things, you know, like flour and wheat berries and rice and powdered milk. And then I really want to start canning. I have, you can't see it yet, but you'll see it later. There's a pressure canner up there in the corner. So I really wanted to get started canning vegetables from our garden and just have stuff on hand just in case. We've always kind of been preppers at heart, but that's sort of the one spot where we're lacking, is having at least a 3-month pantry, ideally 1 year food supply of long-term food storage. So again, I'm cleaning everything out. Most of that stuff was baby toys. There was some Christmas decorations. These are my files of Tot School, so I'm actually going to move them to the office because I'll be keeping them. This giant box is our half Christmas tree. Now, we've been married for 7 years almost, and this past Christmas was the first time that we ever used the half tree. So we're just going to go ahead and get rid of it. But this is the closet all cleaned out, and my pressure canner. Now I'm going to take you into the hallway where I put everything and show you what we're keeping and what we are going to get rid of. We're either going to donate it or toss it. So you can see there is so much baby stuff that I'm going to go through. We have baby number 3 due in July, and so we're going to decide, you know, are we keeping it or is it going? This big trash bag is actually full of Christmas tree garland, and then that whole pile is getting donated already. So I went through all of that Christmas tree garland. Most of the lights are burnt out, so I'm not keeping it, and I'm keeping this one little piece that I put across my fireplace. I'm actually going to pull this stuff out for Easter since it's in a few weeks. All this baby stuff that has covers on it, I'm actually going to wash because we just had our big remodel. Everything is pretty dusty. That's just kind of been sitting out for the last year or so. It's covered in drywall dust and dirt. So I'm washing all of that stuff. These things I'm going to keep because we're always playing lawn games outside. And so this is a big bowling game that I got from the Target Dollar Spot, an inflatable bowling game. And then baby stuff. And so now I'm going to go through these 2 bins of baby toys. My next big declutter project is our playroom. And you guys, I just keep putting it off because it triggers my anxiety to go in our playroom. So you'll see that starting in my next video. It's either going to be a 2 or 3 part video, or maybe more, because there's just that much work that needs to be done in that room. So right now I'm going through the baby toys that my kids really loved, and those are the ones we're keeping, and everything else I'm going to donate. A lot of these toys that have just tons of pieces, I hate, because as you know, kids just take apart the toys and all the pieces end up everywhere, and then they don't play with them. So I'm getting rid of the toys that have lots of pieces, keeping things for new babies, especially things like soft toys, rattles, teething toys, and then just some of the classic toys. And so that's what I'm keeping. That's what I'm donating. So now that I've sorted through the bins of what we're keeping and what we're not keeping, I'm going to move on to these chairs. So I have like a baby play place, I have a chair, and I have the walker. And I'm just removing what fabric I can so that I can wash these things, again, because they're dusty. And then I'm going to take the frames outside to our outdoor kitchen and give those a good scrub, including our high chair. Now, the walker I started to take apart, but we inherited this from friends of friends who had used it for like 6 of their grandkids. And so nothing on it works. The batteries are dead, and you can't put new ones in because it's all corroded. And so I decided I'm just going to get rid of the walker. And so now I'm outside scrubbing everything down. It was pretty gross. We haven't used the high chair or any of these baby things for at least 2 years, and I cleaned them when we put them away, but for some reason stuff has continued to brown and grow on them. So I wanted to give everything a really good scrub. I'm realizing now as I'm doing this voiceover that I didn't show what we actually got rid of. So I purged everything out of the closet. You saw the closet empty. It remains empty. And aside from this high chair and then the little baby seat in the back, as well as the play yard play mat thing,
I got rid of everything that was in that hallway and the 2 bins of toys that we're going to go ahead and put back in the playroom. Everything else we got rid of. We either found someone to donate it to, family friends with kids, or we took it to Goodwill, and then everything else was just trashed. Aside from the Tot School stuff, which I did put back in our office, and it's a good thing we have all of it because we are using it. Once I finish my declutter videos, I've already got about 12 FlyLady videos talking all about creating my habits and routines that I have ready to publish. But I was thinking of postponing those a little bit and talking a little bit more about what we're doing for homeschool and Tot School while we are all on lockdown. So currently it is March 30th. We have not left our home. This is day 17, I believe. We've been locked down in our house for 17 days, haven't left. And so we are doing homeschool. We're waiting to hear. Our kids aren't going to go back to school until at least the end of April, and then possibly not at all for the end of the year. So I'm glad I kept a bunch of this stuff that I had planned to use when I was planning on homeschooling, because we're using it now. And so that's been a super blessing to have. Let me know, what are you guys doing with your kids? Are you kind of just free ranging? Did their school send curriculum home? Are they doing stuff online? Are you taking initiative in homeschooling? And how's it going? I'd love to hear all about it in the comments. All right, I'm just finishing up scrubbing the last of these chairs, and then we will take one final look at that closet. Again, I want to get some shelves. I need to get some 5-gallon buckets, and then when items become available again, I'd like to purchase some rice and some flour and some other long-term food storage supplies. But that's it. Another declutter project done and done.
All right, you guys, that's it. Closet number, what is that, 100? Closet number 100 has been decluttered and purged of stuff, and it honestly feels so good to just get that stuff organized, put some of those items where it makes more sense to have those items, specifically the baby toys, in the playroom, because that's where we play with toys, and to make some space so that I can start working on a long-term food storage plan. Coming up in my next video, we are actually working on the project that I have been most dreading over the last 2 weeks. Actually, I've been dreading this project for months. Since our house was finished with the remodel right around Christmas time, I have not wanted to do this, and I'll tell you what it is. It's the playroom. I've allotted a few days for me to go in and purge and declutter and organize all of the toys in the playroom. So if you are interested in seeing that video, be sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and if you like today's video, let me know by giving it a thumbs up or asking any questions in the comments. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and as always, I will see you in my next video.